where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. Playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It was just 3rd down and short, but he'd been off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that could be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Chiefs at 6-4 now on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Edwards-Helaire. And some room to roam now. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. An extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They'll run on first down with Akers. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Mahomes. And this pass caught by Gray. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They go play fake. Mahomes. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. first down. Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and the Rams are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. That throw, Charles, on the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they can let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking. It's still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Yellow.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 13. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Stafford. His throw incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And now here is another interception. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mahomes throw there into the hands of Ross. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mahomes now to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mike Burton as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly, meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. To try again after the sack. Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, he'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Akers is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Barney, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on third and goal. Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Left to the upright.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Gay now set to kick it off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a... And now here is another interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like the game believed their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now a toss left side for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really when you're looking looking at it. Now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. On play action, it's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On first down, it's Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And now here's another interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Even with a big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mahomes going to throw it here. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelce. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. 33 yards that time.
no let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And as this defense walks off the field, they should do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. We go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Kansas City, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for L.A., the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.